8293. Which statement about airworthiness directives, ADS, is true? A. ADs are information alert bulletins issued by the airframe, power plant, or component manufacturer. B. Compliance with an AD is not mandatory unless the aircraft affected is for hire. C. Compliance with an applicable AD is mandatory and must be recorded in the maintenance records. The correct answer is C. Airworthiness directives, ADs, are regulatory documents issued by aviation authorities to notify aircraft owners and operators of mandatory actions required to address unsafe conditions or maintain the airworthiness of an aircraft, engine, or component. Compliance with an applicable AD is mandatory and is required by aviation regulations. It is important for the safety and airworthiness of the aircraft. Additionally, compliance with ADs must be recorded in the aircraft's maintenance records to demonstrate regulatory compliance. 8293-1. Airworthiness directives, ADS, are designed to notify A. Mechanics of an approved alternate method to perform a maintenance task other than specified in the aircraft maintenance manual. B. Aircraft owners and operators of methods, techniques, and acceptable practices for inspection and alterations of aircraft. C. Aircraft owners and other interested persons of unsafe conditions and prescribe the conditions under which the product may continue to be operated. The correct answer is C. Airworthiness directives, ADs, are regulatory documents issued by aviation authorities to notify aircraft owners, operators, and other interested persons of unsafe conditions identified in aircraft, engines, or components. ADs provide specific instructions and requirements to address these unsafe conditions and prescribe the conditions under which the affected product may continue to be operated safely. The purpose of ADs is to ensure the safety and airworthiness of the aircraft fleet. 8294. When overhauling electrical equipment, all necessary information should be obtained from A. The aircraft maintenance manual. Inspection. B. Maintenance instructions published by the aircraft and/or equipment manufacturer. C. The illustrated parts manual for the aircraft. The correct answer is B. When overhauling electrical equipment, it is important to refer to the maintenance instructions published by the aircraft and/or equipment manufacturer. These instructions provide specific guidance and procedures for the proper overhaul of the equipment, including disassembly, inspection, reassembly, and testing. They ensure that the overhaul process is carried out correctly and in accordance with the manufacturer's specifications. The Aircraft Maintenance Manual, Option A, may provide general guidance, but the specific instructions for the overhaul should be obtained from the manufacturer's maintenance instructions. The Illustrated Parts Manual, Option C, primarily provides information about the parts and their assembly rather than the overhaul procedures. Therefore, Option B is the most appropriate choice for obtaining the necessary information for overhauling electrical equipment. 8295. Which statement is correct regarding an aircraft that is found to be unairworthy after an annual inspection due to an item requiring a major repair, assuming approved data is used to accomplish the repair? A. An appropriately rated mechanic may accomplish the repair, and an IA may approve the aircraft for return to service. B. An appropriately rated mechanic or repair station may repair the defect and approve the aircraft for return to service. C. Only the person who performed the annual inspection may approve the aircraft for return to service after the major repair. The correct answer is A. An aircraft found to be unairworthy during an annual inspection due to a major repair requirement can be repaired by a qualified mechanic using approved data. Following the completion of the major repair in accordance with approved procedures, the aircraft must undergo inspection by an Inspection Authorization IA before it can be approved for return to service. The IA will carefully examine the repair to ensure its proper completion and assess the overall airworthiness of the aircraft. Only when the IA is satisfied that the repair has been executed correctly and the aircraft is in an airworthy condition will they grant the approval for return to service. This approval signifies that the necessary repairs have been adequately addressed, assuring compliance with safety standards and enabling the aircraft to be safely operated. 8296. Radio equipment installations made in accordance with supplemental type certificate data require approval for return to service. A. By a field approval from the FAA. B. By an airframe and power plant mechanic. C. By the holder of an inspection authorization. The correct answer is C. Radio equipment installations conducted in accordance with Supplemental Type Certificate (STC) data require approval for return to service by an inspection authorization (IA) holder. This approval is necessary to ensure that the installation has been completed correctly and that the aircraft meets the airworthiness requirements. The IA will inspect the installation to verify its compliance with the STC data and perform a functional check of the equipment to ensure proper operation. Once satisfied with the installation and the aircraft's airworthiness, the IA will issue the approval for return to service, which will be documented in the aircraft's maintenance records as evidence of compliance and completion of the installation process.